This video is going to focus on what affects the price of diamonds. Now, the answer to that question is contingent on who you ask. If you walk into your local jewellers and ask them that question, they're going to start talking to you about the 5 C's, being cut, colour, clarity, carat and certification. Whereas if you ask an economist the same question, they're going to start talking to you about the USA, the role of the Chinese and Indian middle class, the actual stages of getting the diamond out of the dirt all the way along to the people who sell it in their shop windows to consumers, and also the forces of supply and demand. Now, this video is going to focus heavily on the supply side. If you want to know about demand and also a little bit more extra, then click on the link below this video and you'll be able to read the full article of what affects diamond prices at your leisure on our website. Now, the 3 biggest country producers is actually Africa, Canada and Russia. The biggest consumers in the world at this stage in 2014 is the USA. Around 80% of couples in the USA celebrate their engagement with a diamond ring, which is currently the highest percentage in the world. So the actual diamond mining, when it comes to that, Petra Diamonds Limited, which is a UK company that you can buy shares in, they have done an extensive report and they say the chances of finding a new economic diamond mine is about 1%. So supply is going to be very limited at this stage. The last diamond mine that was quite a large one was found in Zimbabwe in 1997. Since then there has not been any substantial deposits found. Now, we want to quickly talk about the stages of getting the diamond out of the dirt all the way along to sell it in the shop window, because there's about 4 or 5 stages, and at every stage the price goes up because it causes man hours to get from that stage to the next stage. They need to make a profit, so the diamond increases in price all the way along. Now, out of them stages, who do you think has the biggest profit margin? We give you a clue. The top 2 is either the people who find the diamond in the dirt and sell it onwards, or the jewellers. Those are the 2 out of the 4 to 5 stages that have the highest profit margin. We'll tell you in our article which one actually has the highest % profit margin. Now, diamonds are pretty much correlated, the price of diamonds, with disposable income and also inflation. The higher inflation, the higher the price of the diamond will go, and that is pretty much widespread throughout commodities. Inflation is absolutely key when discussing the price of commodities, and also it really does affect investors. Whether you invest in shares or anything, inflation is a big factor to consider. We're not going to talk about inflation. The reason for that is we have its own article on our website, so do look out for our inflation article because there's a lot in there that you probably don't know about inflation, but you should know. We're going to focus again on disposable income. Disposable income is a term economists use in order to describe the amount of money that you have once you've paid for necessities. So once you've paid for your shelter, your food, your water, how much money do you have after that in order to expend on luxuries and things like that? Because the more people have of disposable income, the more likely they're going to buy luxury goods such as diamonds, and the more disposable income, the bigger the diamond they might want. But back to the supply side, the mines around the world that are currently being mined are not going to last forever, and experts do predict that around 2018 to 2023, supply is going to peak at that point on the current diamond mines and then fall about 1.9% annually. So unless there is another substantial deposit found, and again we know there's about 1% chance of that happening, then supply is going to fall after that time period. Whereas the experts expect around 5% increase in demand over that same period. So if supply is falling around 1.9%, and demand is increasing by about 5%, it doesn't take a mathematic person to actually realise that the price of diamonds is probably going to be pushed up because of the disconnect between supply and demand. One of the main reasons for this, and a lot of people probably won't know this and you'll be very surprised by this fact, out of the process of finding a rough diamond in the dirt to putting it in a shop window and selling it to a consumer, about 80% is lost along that process. So about 80% of a rough diamond will be lost along that process to sell to a consumer. The biggest reason for this is about 50% of rough diamonds that are found will not make gem polish quality. So they are disregarded as industrial grade, which will not command a high price. Out of every 5 carats produced from a rough diamond, around 1.7 carats are lost along the polishing and cutting process, because you do lose a little bit of diamond along that process, making it gem quality. So we do now understand how supply is so limited, because there's only a certain amount of diamond mines in the world. The diamonds that they're producing are being lost along the process because not all of them are going to make gem quality, and really we want to know about the gem quality diamonds in order to establish the price of diamonds around the world. So this video has been heavily concentrated on the supply side of diamonds and what affects the price of diamonds on the supply side. The article that we've got on our website, again, the link is below this video if you want to click on that and read the full article if you are interested in what affects the price of diamonds. Demand is a lot more complicated and there's a lot more factors, and most of our article actually is the demand side of what affects the price. We talk about China and India. We're going to quickly introduce that to you guys now. China and India, as a lot of you would have known, was a very poor country or countries. They now have grown in economic status, and there's more people than ever at the moment in the middle class of that. So there's more people in them countries with disposable income. That means there's more people that are able to buy diamonds that wouldn't before, which adds to demand. There's also individuals that will be able to invest in diamonds, because you can buy a diamond and keep it for a couple of years and then maybe sell it at a profit. That is the whole notion of investment. You need to be able to understand the market very well, and it's quite an illiquid sort of investment, because at the end of the day, if I went down the street and someone said to me, I'll give you £20 for your £10, I'll be able to value their £20 and value my £10 and discover that their £20 worth more. So I will swap that if they are willing to. Whereas if someone walked down the street and gave me a diamond, I might not be able to value what that's worth. So I wouldn't be able to say, here's 50 quid, mate, because I don't know what it's worth. So they're quite illiquid. They're hard to sell and they are a specialist market. You need to know what you're doing if you're investing in diamonds. When it comes to suppliers, some of you may have realised that we've mainly talked about new diamonds. What about the diamonds already in circulation? So you've got people with engagement rings, they are deceased, they pass away, relatives inherit that diamond ring and they might want to sell it back into the market. We have got a little bit of topic on that, recycled diamond rings. Also, what may very much interest some of you is the role of currencies. We spoke about India. Now, if the Indian rupee depreciates against the dollar, that has a little effect on the price of diamonds. There's a little bit of a paragraph on that on our article on the economics of diamonds. So that pretty much concludes this article. We hope that you've learned a little bit. Please do click on the link and read the whole article if you are interested in investing in diamond shares, or you want to know where the price of diamonds is likely to head over the long to medium term. Thank you for your time.